Hello, YouTube world. Welcome back to our channel, Mama and she's Minnie. And here we are to talk about another episode of our favorite show, Survivor 48, which comes on every Wednesday. If you don't know, you should tune in. It's a very, very good season so far. So we just come on our little channel and we just discuss the episode and talk about our opinions and what we thought about it. It was a very, 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 very interesting episode 3. So, Minnie, what'd you think?
It was good.
It was good.
Chaotic.
It was chaotic. What made it good and chaotic? Let's start at the top. What you think about David's story?
I don't really know.
Okay, so David lives in a trailer, right? Parked in front of his parents' house is what he said. His dad's house, I believe it is. And
well, he was telling the story to who
Kyle.
Kyle said that that's cool.
Yeah.
I sleep in a trailer parked in front of my dad's house.
Oh, sick, dude.
Not sick.
You don't like it?
Why would I like that? I think that's good.
A little bit of freedom.
That's not sexy, man. That's not.
David's like, no, it's not cool. That's not what he wants for himself. He don't want to live in a trailer for the rest of his life. That's why he's on the show Survivor. He's trying to win $1 million and change his life.
And also he said about his girlfriend is she might leave him because he didn't win a Survivor, a really hard game to play.
Yep. So he said if he doesn't win Survivor, that his girlfriend is going to leave him. What do you think about that?
That's just wrong.
Why? Why is it wrong?
Because Survivor's hard to play. If his girlfriend went on it, it'll be really hard.
Imagine if she said, or if he told her, if you don't win Survivor, I'm breaking up with you. What if she said that? What if he said that to her? I mean, so I guess she's only with him for the money part of it. Not cool, not what we condone, not what we agree with. We don't do that. So I'll feel bad for him if he gets sent home. If he gets sent home.
If someone said that to me, then I would just break up with them before Survivor. But like, oh wait, you want to say that? Okay, well I'm breaking up with you now.
Oh, that's true.
So,
womp womp. That's true, because why would you want to, be with someone that is not going to be with you for love? Yeah, we all need money, of course, but dang, that was a little harsh for her to tell him. That's a lot of pressure. That's a lot of pressure.
I wouldn't even feel the pressure anymore, because I'll be like, then you're not really here for the whole love part. You're just there. You're just a gold digger.
Ooh. Facts, exactly. Then we have Eva, good old Eva, which we are hoping she goes home.
Try to get a dump truck and try to dig up the gold, but it still won't work for me.
Whoa. Okay. So Eva then all of a sudden makes this cute little charm bracelet for Joe, his daughter.
I made a bracelet for your daughter.
Oh, my goodness
you're not a big
gracious.
bracelet person, but I figured your daughter would love to have a little memento from your time here. That's really cute.
In front of the whole group.
In front of the whole tribe. Like, you don't do that. She should have waited until they were alone, and then she could have given him the bracelet. But no, she did it in front of everyone. Talk about a target. If I see that, if I'm on
Thomas was already like probably cut that off of your water bottle and made a bow.
I'm nervous about Joe and Eva. I don't like that she is Joe's little sidekick. Like, when she gave him beads for his daughter as a bracelet, it's like, girl, you cut it off your water bottle and tied a little bow.
They're going to want to get her out, which I agree. I'm not really a fan of Eva. Sorry, that's just how the show goes, right? We pick our favorites, and I'm not a fan of her. yet. I don't really like how she's playing. I'm just truly not a fan of the personality of the strategy that she's taking on the game. So my vote is for her. Thomas wants her out.
Appreciate all you do for us.
Shaheen looked me in the eyes in that moment, and it was like, yeah, we got to cut her. Like, this is troublesome.
We agree with Thomas. And then later on, in the Vula tribe, what you think about our girl Say and Mary? Talk about a repeat of last season with Rome
and Saul. Because Rome was following Saul, making sure he doesn't find an idol.
Talk about a repeat of last season with season 48. Say following
They
Mary.
probably both saw season 47. Why would you follow them?
Chase them around the camp.
No point in that. You're just wasting your energy.
Yeah.
And why are you stopping someone from playing the game when that's basically one of the whole points of survival?
Right.
Making sure they don't find an idol when you could be using your energy finding your own idol to keep you safe.
Exactly. Yep. So that happened in the Vula tribe. And Say, ended up telling Cedric, when Cedric was laying down trying to rest, she goes and tells him, "You are not napping. We have to stay on Mary. We have to not, we can't let her find an idol.
You need to babysit her. Get up.
Where's she going?
Get up. We are trying to prevent one of us from going home. You are not taking a midday nap, okay? We are going to focus and keep our eye. And she's right.
Like, dude, you coming up to me and tell me I can't nap? Me? Not nap? You know how much I love naps. You know how much I love naps. Don't you come tell me I can't take a nap. I will.
Oh, I can't take a nap. What's this?
Yeah, not cool. So that happens. And then let's continue on in the Steva tribe. Here, Mitch approaches Charity and Kyle for an alliance. And then Kyle also has an alliance with Camila because they're both Guyanese. And Camila, what's her name? How do you pronounce it? Because I'm going to say Camila, whatever I said. Camila. So Kyle is good with Camila already because they're both Guyanese, so they have that kind of connection. That's the word, connection. Start in the puzzler situation.
Eva,
good old Eva.
I don't really like her that much anymore. That's why I didn't choose anybody that's my favorite in the first round, because they could turn and they could you don't know their personality yet. But now that Eva is she's trying to do too much and say too much, when you could just keep that in your head because that'll put more of a target on your back. But she's not thinking about it.
She's not
saying it.
So what did she say about the puzzlers?
She said they only need one puzzler.
This girl.
But basically almost half of the challenges on Survivor are puzzles.
Yeah. So why would you get rid of a strong,
smart person?
Yeah, when you're gonna need them. If you're a jock, right? If you're just a muscle person, okay, fine, that's gonna get you through some of the challenges. But then part of the challenges are puzzles. So you need someone who's good at puzzles. Like, what sense does that make? Just keeping people who have strength, but not mental capacity, mental strength, right? So Eva's she's coming in hot. She's like a little bit of Say, calling the shots. She's young. She's trying to tell you who should sit out already. She's trying. So anyways, I'm going far ahead of myself. So we don't like that, right? We're not here for that. And the smart thing is that Star's on the bottom of the tribe. And she goes and tells this information to Bianca, because who are the puzzlers for the Siva tribe.
Thomas and Bianca.
Star comes back with that information to Bianca, which is great because that allows her to try and form an alliance with Bianca and whoever else, probably Thomas. Therefore, she won't be on the bottom.
Speaking of Thomas,
Mm-hmm.
they haven't said anything of what happened to Thomas's eye.
What happened to Thomas?
Like, like the corner of his eye was like magenta red.
I think he got hit. He got hit with the pole in one of the challenges. Remember when they were trying to hold the ball in between with the two sticks? Was it him? Yeah, I think it was him. He was trying to. It was one of the last challenges where they had a ball and they had to walk across the beam, and they had to both persons on the each side had to hold the ball in between them as they walk across the beam.
Second and final period.
God, I'm so sorry.
Thomas got hit in the face with a pole.
Oh, are you okay? Oh my God.
Am I bleeding?
No, you're good. You're good.
It's not. I'm not laughing because I know that must have been painful. It's just thinking about it, like how it happened. It's like that, he just. Whew. And then, so speaking of challenges, they were blindfolded and have to walk across this obstacle course. And Cedric was giving the instructions. And what did he keep saying?
Touchdown. Like it's football.
It's Hill! Touchdown!
Like go like that.
Touchdown.
Like you're throwing a football.
And Stay was like, touchdown. But then she realized he meant kind of like touchdown. Like touched, hands on the ground, basically, to pull up the rope. So that was pretty funny. Vula loses. So they go to tribal council. Now, this tribal council was one to go down in history, right? Out of all the survivors that we've watched in your 5 years of watching.
So I was 4 when I started watching.
Probably.
I thought I was like 6.
Okay. But anyways, so this was, oh my gosh, hands down, one of the best tribal councils. It was so much fun. We were on the edge of our seats as usual, kind of just screaming at the TV, playing from the couch. And man, how crazy. Who got voted out? Do you remember? Justin got voted out. So it is what it is. Justin, you had to go home. It was crazy because Justin had no vote. He had lost his vote because he had went on the journey and he couldn't get the puck. Wasn't on his side. Camilla went and luck was on her side because she got an extra vote. So remember that she gets an extra vote for the next episode. Thomas also did it. Thomas got extra vote. Justin lost his vote. So tribal council was crazy because Justin couldn't vote. No, he didn't tell Cedric.
Deadlock.
It was deadlock. And Cedric.
History.
Yep. And Cedric and Justin had an alliance, remember?
But Cedric also had an alliance with Say. But Cedric put Say's name down.
He did. Yep.
And I think Say's gonna be mad.
Say's gonna be pretty upset when she finds out Cedric wrote her name down. Then they had to kind of like basically battle it out, on whose vote they would get from Cedric. And Say had a compelling argument. Remember what the argument was? Girl, I'm waiting for you.
That Justin had lied to Cedric. So, and then Say was like saying that if you want to play with this player that lied to you already.
Ooh.
You want to go deep in this game? You want to go deep in this game with somebody who's not telling you the truth? I've told you every conversation I've had.
Then, that's a bad reason. So, Cedric decided to vote out Justin. And the crazy thing is, if Cedric didn't have a decision, he would go home.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he had to vote, and he kept saying, which I'm cool with that. And then Justin had to go. But Justin was pretty cool about it because he did say, you're always welcome at my pizza shop, even if he decides to vote him out. So it was a good episode. You guys have to watch it. It was a good tribal council, one of the best ones yet. So let's see what happens in episode 4. And all right, we're checking out. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button,
subscribe, and turn on post notifications to get verified every time.
all right, take care. We love you. Peace.